Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where today we're doing another mock draft Monday here, but on a Wednesday because NFL free agency was going bananas on Monday and I didn't have time to record yesterday. So a lot of things have changed for the Green Bay Packers as they signed two positions of needs that I thought they needed to. They signed guard Alec Barnes from the 49ers. One day I'll get his name right. To fill offensive line depth and basically replace Josh Myers on the line. And we also signed corner Nate Hobbs from the Raiders, basically adding another slot corner for the Packers, potentially an outside guy as well. But yeah, that addresses two needs that the Packers have now. I do think we still need to add some more corners in this draft, but it's not no longer the most pressing need. That now belongs to edge rusher and then followed by wide receiver. So let's go ahead and get started here with a 7-round mock draft for the Green Bay Packers. Doing just a full one here. Trade down if you want to, but not going to force it. So let's go ahead and enter the draft here. So we go to pick 23. Now there's a couple players here that I like to pick. I mean, Malachi Starks is a very good safety prospect, but we already have a ton of safeties. I mean, we got Xavier McKinney, Evan Williams, Javon Bullard as well. So we got three guys there. We don't need to spend a premium pick on a safety here. But there's two guys here that I want to look at. There's James Pierce Jr., the edge rusher out of Tennessee. Looks to be a very, very good prospect. Had good counting stats these past 2 years. Good peripheral grades from PFF. I know people don't like PFF, but when you score this high, it means you are a good player. 23% pass rush win rate. 6'5", 243, 21 years old. The issue with him is there's concerns of off-field behavior. A lot of stuff coming up about his high school days, how he wasn't really the greatest teammate as well. So there's that to think about too, but his talent is absolutely there. And if he's there at 23, the Packers should take him. But there's also another play here for need as well. That's Luther Burden III, who, after a very excellent 2023 season, he had a dip of production in 2024. Not because he was bad, because he was double-teamed all the time. Had a really good yards per route run, at 54.5% contested catch rate. Good against man coverage here. Had 6 contested catches. Bit smaller, so he's 5'11", 208. Sometimes, like, the weight's good for the Packers. The size is a little shorter than what they like, but absolutely a great receiver prospect. I would be surprised if he is there at 23, as well as James Pierce. Like, very good receiver, can be an X-flanker slot. He's really good route runner, good contested catch there. Very, very good receiver. So someone I could definitely see the Packers taking if he is there. But I'm going to go with James Pierce because edge rush is such a need for this group. And after not getting one in free agency, as of this moment where I'm recording this, James Pierce just seems to be an absolute slam dunk of a pick. So I'm drafting him here at pick 23. Then we go all the way to pick 54. And yeah, that's the easy pick. Alec Iomanor. Easy pick. Played 12 games last year at Stanford. Had 60 receptions, 131 yards, 6 touchdowns. Good receiving grade. Good, I guess, man coverage. Bit of a drop issue there. Decent contested catch rate, a 1.9 yards per route run. But the thing is, though, he is 6'2", 210 pounds. X-receiver, which we do need. High football IQ and ideal size. Good, I guess, press coverage, smart release. Good diverse package. Does bring a high school track background, so he is fast as well. And he is a good run blocker, which the Packers like. He is like the absolute perfect fit for the Packers here. And if he's here at pick 54, don't need to trade, run up, draft him, and that's what we're doing. Alec Iomanor out of Stanford in our second round pick. So now we go down to pick 87. This one I might want to try to see. I could trade down for to get like a corner or another edge rusher or another receiver here. So let's take a look at what we got here. I think I want to trade with the Ravens and get like the 184th overall pick. See if I can sneak in a later pick too. Let's do 210. Offer that. Trade. Yeah. And then, yeah. So, there's still Savion Williams, who I really, really like. But I think we're going to trade down again. This time with the Chiefs and pick up another 7th round pick. Resume draft. There we go. All right. So here I want to look at. Oh, did he go? Dorian Strong went. Yeah. So yeah, Dorian Strong got taken by the Raiders there. I picked 2092, but there's a couple guys here I want to look at. There's Kamion Rucker out of UNC, a really good pass rusher, a decent pass rusher win rate, 74.5 grade. Smart guy, outside linebacker, so he's more of a 3-4 guy. It's not really what we're looking for here. There's also Isaiah Bond out of Texas, who didn't have a great season last year, not a very contested catch rate, but he is fast as heck. World-class speed will be coveted, likely in top 50 music can grow as a receiver, but we need that deep threat. I know we have like Iomanor, but this is a pure deep threat that could take the top off of defense, especially with Christian Watson being gone for the whole year. His speed is absolutely insane. But I honestly do think that could be a good pick for the Packers. He's 5'11", 108 pounds, so a bit lighter than they like. But the pure speed is something that his offense definitely needs. And he can work on his routes to get more versatile there. So, and he doesn't really drop the ball too much, but contested catch is not good. But if he's on that go ball, he's going to breeze past everyone. So let's go ahead and take Isaiah Bond here in the third round. I just think getting that deep speed threat is something his offense is definitely missing. So it's going to take Bond here and double up at wide receiver. So now pick 123. There's a couple guys I want to take a look at. There's David Walker out of Central Arkansas. Highly productive FCS guy. Small player. High effort player as well. So he could be, but he had great peripherals at the FCS level, so he could be a guy the Packers could take a risk on there. There's also JJ Pegues here, because the Packers do need to address the interior defensive line. Had a good year last year at Ole Miss. Basically, is one of his first times playing defense because he was a former tight end. Had 4 sacks last year and 24 hurries. Good run defense grade. He's got good size. He's 6'2", 325 pounds. Huge dude. Could also be a fullback as well, a lead blocker for the Packers. So that could be something that Matt LaFleur can have fun with. But he is a very intriguing prospect here as well. And then there's a couple other guys down here that we could go for, but we don't really need to. But I really like J.J. Pegues here. We do need that interior presence along the defensive line, especially with T.J. Slaton going on. He's got a good run defense grade, still learning the position. He's a bit older of a prospect, but he can also be versatile. He can play all along the line, can play some offense. So let's go here and draft JJ here in the 4th round. I think it'd be a very fun player for the Packers to have on their roster. So now we're here at pick 160. And I think I want to either get a corner or edge guy here. There is RJ Oben out of Notre Dame. Did not play. I only had 1 sack last year, but a good pass rush win rate. 6'3". I mean, not any production at all, so don't know if I really want to have him. There's also O'Donnell Fortune as well. He could be a very interesting player here out of South Carolina. Really good coverage grade last year. Good in man coverage, good against zone. Only allowed 1 touchdown, had 3 interceptions, 61.4 passer rating against. 6'1", 185. Played safety, but moved to corner. So athletic build, more experience. Cover 3 guy, he could be a very good player the Packers can have here. Because I do think we need to have some corner depth, and O'Donnell Fortune looks to be a very good guy who could be there for us. So we're going to take O'Donnell here at pick 160. Then we go to pick 184. There's a lot of quarterbacks here. Why is there a ton of quarterbacks? That is my question. I don't need to make any trades. I just need to find some players here. Thomas Fidone. Ooh. No thank you at all. Not a good run blocker, so nope, not you. Yeah, this is where we have a ton of picks that we need to use up. Pick 184. I want to take a look here at Jalen Lane out of Virginia Tech. Oh gosh, no. Don't want you. No. Nope. There's also John Williams out of UC as a tackle prospect, but we don't really need offensive line. Tim Smith, a defensive lineman out of Alabama. We could double dip here because we do need depth. Had a good run defense grade, a good pass rush run rate for his size. 6'4", 314 pounds. Won't be a strong suit, but never above 8 limits his ability, but really good run stuffer. So that's something we could use as well. So let's go ahead here and pick Tim Smith out of Alabama, kind of replacing the Tadaro Slayton role. Then back here, pick 199. Again, more quarterbacks here, but I'm going to go here and look at Jake Majors just to get some more center depth because we don't know if Jacob Munn could be the backup center or how we're doing that, and having another offensive lineman could be a good thing. 6'3", 315, has a ton of starting experience at center, good pass blocker at center. So I think he'd be a good guy to have on the roster as a late round flyer. So go here and take Jake Majors out of Texas there. Now we're here at pick 210. Yeah, I did a lot of picks here. And I kind of want to look at a tight end because I think the Packers do need to have a tight end in this draft. There's C.J. Dupree out of Alabama. A decent run blocker, which is nice. 6'5", 262 pounds. There's also Luke Lachey out of Iowa. Dude has no production. Yeah, he must get quicker or stronger. Not you. But Oronde Gadsden out of Syracuse. Potential size. Basically, it could be replacement for Luke Musgrave if he gets hurt again, which I think is a very good thing to have. Played a full season last year. Had a really, really good season at Syracuse, and I think he'd be a very good prospect for the Packers to have. Let's go ahead and take Oronde Gadsden the second out of Syracuse here at pick 210. Get some depth there at our tight end spot. And then pick 228. Yeah, we only have one edge, but we definitely built up our defense line. We got two receivers, so we could go another receiver here. Under Samuel Brown out of Miami, Florida. Oh, yeah, no, not you. Already have one person with drop issues. Yeah, let's look at Will Shepherd here. 4% drop rate, not a great receiving grade. 6'3", 205, so he fits the Packers profile well. And decent against man coverage. He could be an option there. Will Shepherd out of Buffalo. There's also LeJohntay Wester, who had a lot more productive seasons. Actually, I like him. 5'11". Oh, he is a small dude. Definitely not someone the Packers would target. So, not you, sorry. Feels rude to say that. Actually, I mean, he plays very well here. 5'11", 165. Has good numbers, had good receiving grades. Let's go and take LeJohntay Wester out of Colorado here as a late round flyer receiver and see what happens there. And then here at pick 239, I want to look at edge, another edge rusher here. Let's see, Ethan Downs one, but Johnny Walker Jr. out of Missouri had a good year last year, 80.1 grade, good pass rusher, good run defender, good pass rusher win rate, 6'3", 255, so decent size. So going to take him here at pick 239, and at our last pick, don't really know. Let's go ahead and take Elijah Alston. Had a good year in 2023, decent year in 2024. 6'2", 256, just to get another edge rusher in the building. And so, here are our grades. We got an A+ from James Pierce Jr., an A+ from Eric Iomenor. I think these two guys would be excellent picks for the Packers to have in this draft. I highly doubt James Pierce is going to last that long. Highly, highly doubt it. But if he does, be a good pickup for the Packers. Then we picked Isaiah Bond out of Texas just for the absolute speed threat that he has. We'll be able to take the top off of defenses, open things up for Dontavian Wicks and Jaden Reed to do their thing. And I think he'd be just a good player to have. I've got J.J. Pegues here, a defensive lineman out of Ole Miss, just to have another big body down there in the interior, which the Packers need. Adonal Fortune looks to be a very solid corner for Green Bay I think he could fit our scheme very well and has good size and length and experience. Tim Smith out of Alabama, just another body on our defensive line that we need. He looks to be a really good run stuffer, and I think him will basically, between him and Pegs, will basically have one of them be our TJ Slayton replacement, potentially even be better than him. They got Jake Majors here for offensive line depth, just in case like Jacob Monk goes out, is not ready for him. Jake Majors could be a potential center, a backup for us, which we do need, because now we're moving Elton Jenkins over to center, or Sean Ryan to center potentially. So there's that. Oronde Gadsden the second is a C- grade, but I think tight end is a sneaky need for Green Bay, especially because we don't know how Luke Musgrave is going to be and if he gets hurt. And I think Oronde Gadsden basically is another Luke Musgrave in terms of his receiving ability. And even then, he'll be an upgrade over other tight end threes we have, so he'd be a very good player to have. Jonte Wester, just another receiver to have. I mean, pick up 2 edges here to fill out the edge room. With Johnny Walker Jr. out of Mizzou, could be a nice guy. And Elijah Alston out of Miami, Florida. But really, these first 3 picks, I think we did really, really well addressing our needs. Again, James Pierce is not going to be there, but since he was here in this mock draft, I was taking him. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys would have done differently in this mock draft and what other players you think the Packers should target now that free agency is basically over. So see you in the next one. Peace.